Okay, welcome to today's class. Don't forget, my name is Abiodun Christopher from ABES Photography. Now, we'll be talking on two things that photographers or videographers sometimes they ignore these things due to they have something to edit with. They'll tell you, "I don't worry, I will edit it. I have a way to edit and remove this one," or probably due to the time frame they have during that particular event, so they don't have the chance to create this environment to have this particular stuff. And if you can easily take note of these things, it will really help your production. So we'll be starting with this. Now, the two things we'll be discussing is framing and shot. Framing and shot. They look alike, but they are really different. Though they look alike, but they're very, very different. Now, let's talk about framing at first. Framing has to do with the pattern in which or where you want to shoot, where you're taking your shot from, which part of the body or which part of the thing you are shooting from. Are you shooting the whole thing? Are you taking the picture of everything, or you're taking just half? Like, let's use a human being for instance. Now, you can see this picture up. You're seeing this picture now. You have different types of shots. You have your headroom, you have full shot, you have your portrait and your passport shot and every other thing. This is framing. Framing has to come in the part, in the section of it has to be on what you're actually shooting, and you have different sections and different pattern for different programs. For instance, if you're taking a live coverage, a live program where the person is on stage, you're expected to take two major shots, which is your portrait and your full shot. Now, and it still all depends on how the stage the person is standing is, how the place is. So if the place the person is standing is not okay, it's not too probably the ground section is not too nice, it is better for you to take your frame on the half section of it as a portrait. Or if the place is okay and it's fine, you can take your full shot. There are some people, when they are recording, they tell you they're not putting on slippers, or I don't want my leg to show, those kind of things. So it simply means all through your frame should go in between from the waist down upwards. That is where you take your shot from the portrait then upward to the top side. You can easily interswitch your shot, but it doesn't go below the waist downward due to what the person is wearing. As we're speaking now, you can't tell if I'm putting on shoes or not because I'm taking a portrait shot. You're getting it now. So that's the framing. You also have the full section of it. You must understand each pattern on how you should shoot. If you're trying to take suspense, like something is happening and the person is really expressing it through maybe the facial gesture, it simply means you have to go closer to the face so the people can understand that, okay, this is how this person's face is as at this particular time. Don't forget, you're passing out message from your professionals, from the storyline which you're shooting. You're trying to pass that message down to the audience. So if the person is trying to give a facial gesture like I'm sad, that kind of thing, so it simply means the camera should focus on the person's face. You're getting it now. They are close shots. Now, when you're talking with somebody, like you're making an interview, that should be on a portrait shot. The person is sitting, or even if the person is standing, it should be on the portrait shot. If you have to take a full shot on an interview, it simply means you want to tell the people what the person is wearing. You're getting it now. There are some interview sections where the person has to put on something very good, sexy, and the presenter is like, wow, I like what you're wearing. So that gives you an insight that you should take a full shot of what this person is really wearing, so the crowd can easily see that, this person is really looking good, and the rest. So you must understand how to take your shot. Don't forget, I said if you're taking on stage, you just have two major shots, which is the full shot and your portrait. That's if the person is standing on stage, let's assume like a pastor preaching, you have to take two shots. The half, which is your portrait, and your full shot. And when you're taking audience from the crowd, that one is definitely most times when anybody is sitting, most times when anyone is sitting, 80% of the times when you're recording people sitting, it has to be on portrait. It has to be on half shot, half. Then shot has to deal with where you are recording from, the angle in which you are recording from. You have your straight shot, which is looking straight to the camera like I'm doing right now. I'm taking a straight shot now, downwards to the camera. Now you have side shot. That is probably you're shooting from either the right side or from the left side. There's also what they call the wide angle shot. You're taking from the angle and it's picking almost everything from one edge down to the other side of the house or whatever, the room, the office, or wherever you're shooting. Those are angle shots. So side, you have your straight shot. You can even shoot from up downwards or from down upward, depending on what you want to achieve. You're getting that now? So your framing is how you put the image inside. If you want the person to be maybe a portrait shot or a full shot, that is your framing. While your shot is the angle in which you are taking your shot from, in which you're recording from. Now, get this. On every shot you take, you have to fix your stage. Fixing your stage. This happens most times when we're recording weddings, events, church programs, and every other thing. Sometimes we don't have the opportunity to fix our stage. Yes. And it affects. Now get this, as a media man, as a photographer, the stage is yours. You can even do as well as to arrange the people on how to sit. That is your part. Because whatever you do, if you don't come out the best, at the end your job won't be good. Probably the persons or the people who took you in will just say, this guy is not too professional. So it simply means you have to arrange your stage. Like if you check my video now, you're seeing a laptop backward. I decided to leave the laptop there. And if you can check from the two edge, you can see a box, my soft box, because I'm in the studio, and you're seeing the top of my background. You can easily see the top of my background down there at the other side. You can see a black box and you're seeing my laptop at the other side. Now, I allowed those things to come into the shot because I want to tell you I allowed it. When shooting, you should take note of all those little things that comes in, if they are needed or not. You're getting it now? So if the place you're shooting from, probably there are too many things at the back, you have to excuse either the things or the person you're shooting. So you need to get a plain or a better background. If you're shooting on something that needs crowds movement, like probably a protest or maybe a wedding ceremony, and you want to take an interview, so you're using the wedding, the event place as the background, it is fine. So you're trying to tell people that, okay, there's a wedding going on and I'm taking an interview down at the other side, it is okay. But if you're not, like maybe the section of why they're making her up and the rest, you know, sometimes when we're doing those wedding stuff, you now see the window of the girl's house, the curtain, how the louvers are broken sometimes, and you know, those kind of things. While you are recording, somebody just walk by, all those kind of things. You have to create an avenue to stop those kind of movements. That's why the stage is yours, what I said before. You need to understand that part. Knowing your frame and taking a plain shot. Learn to avoid these little things. You see, when the person is watching it and he takes note of, see my pot to, my pot just show for that picture. My wrapper just show. See this guy just walk past the back of the camera. It's not your fault actually, but it will have been preferable if you can avoid those stuff. So, clean shot on this. Try to know your frame. Try to take a better frame. Understand the frame sections on how to frame each pictures, and try to clear your background so you can take good pictures or good videos when you are in an event section. Okay, this is what we'll be taking for today. The next week we'll be dealing more and more on production as the time goes on. My name is Abiodun Christopher. Don't forget, from Abel's Photography, please do well to drop questions on the comment section on what you really don't understand about today's class, so I can really go ahead or go forth to tell you or explain more on what you don't understand about today. And please, in every way, if you know you've gained anything from this video, and try and comment also and give us a like. Thank you.